Sound. It conveys emotion. Notice that many of the default themes have great similarity. It's really the same two-tone pitch and cadence. What you're hearing is a major fifth, 2 notes from a major chord. Norman Cook actually studied how major chords sound happy by mimicking speech patterns. Engineers went through great trouble to define this sound and create variations, and then pass focus groups to confirm that it's pleasant and uplifting. That is the focus of the book, The Sonic Boom, How Sound Transforms the Way We Think, Feel, and Buy. The author, Joel Beckerman, is an award-winning composer and producer. Joel has turned his knowledge of how sound conveys emotion into a business that he calls man-made music, which creates what he calls sonic branding, using music and sound to create an emotional response and a connection to the brand that's consistent across advertising, the retail store experience, and even the product itself. Here is an example of how BMW puts in a sincere effort to go into the sound of their product.
A BMW has not only to look good, but also to sound good. From engine to doors to indicators. Nothing is left to chance. Everything you hear is the work of the sound designers at the BMW Research and Innovation Center in Munich. They make quality audible.
Clark once said that music is the soundtrack of our lives. Joel, the author of the book, emphasizes that even a short sound can have a real impact, like the pleasant chime of an email alert, or maybe a waterfall. These alerts are enticing, but I personally get too many emails, so I go offline periodically during the day. This pleasant alert is now a distraction for me, or sonic noise, as Joel describes it. He points out that the right sounds pull the listener in. He provides examples about how sound frames moments, it shapes our moods, and even assists us with learning, like learning your ABCs, or driving suspense and emotion during a horror movie. The main theme of the book is the importance of sound in marketing a product or a service. The use of sonic branding, as he describes it, achieving tangible effects with the strategic use of sound. Now, I agree with that. It's effective. A study by Ronald Millman noted that 38% increase in grocery store sales when fast music was played as opposed to slow music. So he makes a good case. With measurable, quantifiable results like that, sound really should be a key design element, and it should probably have its own defined budget. Right before the last chapter, he provides a guide to creating some of your own sonic boom moments. For example, he gave some actionable advice, like one that I agreed with, was the slow tempo to persuade an audience or make your key points. Also, I did disagree with his idea of starting or ending a meeting with sound or with a soundtrack. In my opinion, that's not going to work in a small meeting. That'll only work for me in a big meeting, like a trade show or maybe an annual sales kickoff. I also disagreed that music increases productivity. That blanket statement is clearly false. It doesn't hold up to the studies that have been done. Science proves that that statement is only true for a boring or a mundane task. So if focus is needed, silence will always win. Back in 1977, there was a study by Morris, and he basically ran a control group with silence and then uplifting music and other types of music, and silence did win out to make people most productive when focus was required. So to sum up, he gave some really good examples in the book. He made his case how the right music can really attract or potentially repel your customer or your audience. There are limited or general examples of creating your own sonic boom moments for a real impact with your customers. But to me, the book sometimes felt like a hidden commercial. So that may have rubbed me a little bit the wrong way because I'm in sales. I found it a bit slow. The stories were a bit repetitive. So for me, or a lot of people that I know, one good story is a good example. You can then move on to the next topic. Ironically, this book may have been much better as an audiobook. It's a book about sound, after all. Have it narrated by Morgan Freeman. Joel says he knows the guy. So Joel's worked with him. Let the reader hear those sonic moments in the context of these stories. Overall, it's a solid book. For a narrow audience, though, those already interested in leveraging sound to enhance or augment their marketing presentations. However, as a casual read, you really won't find much of a boom moment here.